love it. Brian can attest. I often run around the house singing that. When the rain goes. Thank you. All right, so
Brian, what is he wearing when he sings? I think it's
that's a different show.
For everyone. To be equal time.
Different show. All right, so we've talked about introductions, we've talked about challenges and misunderstandings. So let's talk about looking forward and optimism. And I'm going to throw you all a curveball. Y'all will have time to think about it. But Lynn and Bob, I want to know what you think your partner's superpower is.
That wasn't on the list.
I know. It's a curveball. But you've got time. Lynn and Bob
Find out about 2 hours.
There was a test. It's a test. His superpower is, I would say, in any situation, and we have had many with our kids. I mean, we have our kids are all sports. We've been, they're boys. His daughter also, she just got married, but the kids that have lived with us, we have been through many highs and lows, and I think his superpower is always, no matter what the situation is, and we have had some pretty intense situations, taking care of it in a very calm, lovely manner. How do you like that?
Nice. Cool dude. Well done.
And I didn't even know you were asking that question.
You did not know, and you have set the bar very high on the answer. So, Bob, how about you? What's Lynn's superpower?
She's got a bunch. The big one is she's a great egg. She, when we first met, I knew it. She's a knockout, and I will say that to this day. But she's just a good egg, and she's become, and always has been, my main man. And of course.
Nice.
But a few things about Lynn. Obviously, her voice. Beyond none, my favorite singer on the planet. And we have a line that says, "You got to mean every note." The woman means every note. She has foresight. She's got a little psychic stuff going on, and she really does. And I will tell you this: when I do have to make some major decisions, and especially around business, here's my go-to. Because, see, 99.9% in our really 30 years together, however long, she's always right. Then I go to her. She's got this sixth sense going on.
I think he's hoping for a special Friday night.
That couch has been too long. It's been a long 2 weeks. I'm trying to get
And you're
off.
probably Brian and Cheryl, if you're there, just picture your
No, but it's a good question, well said, and I will say it's the best egg on the planet.
Nice.
Nicely
Very
done,
nice.
Bob.
Yeah, well done. And you heard it here, Lynn. You are right 99% of the time, so you can quote that in the future when it's needed. There you go.
So, should we talk about the next song?
You absolutely should.
Okay, we actually called an audible on this one. It wasn't going to be really in the playlist because when we wrote it and recorded it, it's a big band song, meaning we've got strings on it, the drums are heavy, a bunch of guitars, and did I come up with the idea for this? This was on our first record. It actually came out on a cassette, if anybody can remember cassettes.
Oh, yeah.
So I know musically, I've got a huge infatuation, like we all do, with the Beatles, especially a song called "Tomorrow Never Knows." That's basically based on one chord. So I wanted to write a one-chord song. It's nothing like it in beat or tempo, but that's how it started. We never dreamed that we'd actually do it, just the two of us, because there's a lot of crescendos and there's a lot of dynamics.
We recorded it in a carriage house with Danny McLaughlin, who's in the Push Stars now. I don't know if you are familiar with that band, but he was our bass player and our songwriter, our sound. He was phenomenal recording us. We recorded it during a huge, crazy thunderstorm in this upper floor of a carriage house, and if you listen really closely, you can totally hear it.
Wow.
But this was Bob had come up with this, and we just morphed it into something. We rarely ever play this. This is probably a 91, 92 song. We rarely ever play it. We wanted to pull, doing something like this, we wanted to pull out not just the stuff that, we always do, some different stuff.
And when I think about it too, it reminds me back to the early 90s where there really was a tremendous buzz. Woodstock was coming, DST was a big station, and there was a great buzz, a great amount of bands. We played a lot at a place called The Chance in Poughkeepsie. and all over, and there's just a great vibe. And this song always reminds me of that. And another reason to play it too, I knew my brother and sister-in-law, Tom and Luann, would be here tonight, and it always reminds me of them. It always does. So we'll shoot this song out to one of the Crows and my man, Towne. The working title of this was originally called These Hearts Ain't Made for Breaking, and we just ended up calling it Hearts.
Winds of change blowing, feel the cool breeze touching everything we've built, everything we've seen. I've never been on this corner before. Never wish for nothing, never wanted anymore. Caught in the ruins of someone else's despair, trying to talk it out, scream it out, fight it out, cry it out, and no one's there. And no one's there. No one's Hearts like these ain't meant for breaking. Days like these we lie forsaken. These hearts are liars. They're just begging to be heard. These hearts are tired of trying to pretend. These hearts are liars. They're just begging to be heard. These hearts are tired of trying to pretend.
It was beautiful. I imagine that, your amazing voice in that thunderstorm, I'm sitting here wondering, like, that must have been incredible. And the thunder must have been, you were conjuring this beautiful experience with that thunderstorm. That's incredible.
I'm painting a prettier picture than So, Resto, why don't you tell about this?
All right, so the next song, actually, we should just tell the story for like 7 minutes. The story is better than the song, I believe. So anyway, I've got this brother-in-law, and we get divorced. We married sisters. We get divorced on the same day.
With the same lawyer.
In my same
You can't write this shit. You can't write this.
So we decide to go to Europe, him and I.
He tried to drag me along, but I was still married too.
So anyway, we went there, we had cassettes, we're gonna shop some of these songs. And to make a long story short, we got nowhere with the songs, but we had an absolute riot. So we have the bright idea of going to Amsterdam. And this is back, what, was it 92? 1992, something like that. So anyway, we of course, we had no clue. There were no cell. We had no, where do you stay? Well, you stay in the red light district, right? It's red light, why not? We stayed in this place, man. When I tell you all hell broke loose at like 2 in the morning, and my brother-in-law was big, I was bigger at the time. We had to put a chair up against the door. They're pounding on it, it was wild. So we look outside, and it's about just getting light out. It's about 5 in the morning or something. And I look at him and go, Itch, you pick. We're going right or left. Either way will bring us to that train station. And he goes right. I won't drag this on, but anyway, we run out and we go around this corner, and all we see is 9 guys by this orange juice stand that was open. And they just looked at us, and we looked at each other and just said, let's beat it. We hoof it, and we're flying to the train station. We look behind it, they're after us. It's like Keystone Cops. And I'm like, oh yeah. So to make a long story short, the train comes, we get on the train, they're chasing down the track, they took a wrong thing, so we're on this train, and of course the train's going to Paris. You know, would they check a passport? We never got anything checked. But on this train, I did another, it wasn't on a napkin, it was on a notebook. I wrote this next song for Lynn, and it's probably due to the, you know, that bottle of bourbon you snuck in? Well, we had whiskey, and 2 of them went down after that eventually. But anyway, this is Lynn's song. Anything would you like to add?
I love it. I always have loved this song. And I'm glad he made it home safe. He did send me a postcard. This is a funny story while he's starting. I don't care. And he wrote my last name, which was a different name at the time, very, very small. He wrote Lynn Ellen and wrote the last name very small and spelled it wrong. Was sending a message.
Never did it.
Got a train out of Amsterdam about 7 a.m. Dressed like thieves, we're running down stone-covered streets, hiding in a station for the sexually innocent. And we thought that the rain would never come. Outside Paris, I believe in you. Outside Paris. 10 miles from Paris, I woke from a dream about you. Covered in sweat, love, I thought I would never again. I remember why I'm here and what I'm supposed to do. But it's so very hard to keep my mind off you. Outside of Paris, I believe in you. Outside of Paris, deep inside you. Outside of Paris. City lights bounce off the same as I sip another drink. Listen to the cries of lovers on the streets. Missing the touch of you, I will never walk away. As I leave this city, I will never be the same. Outside of Paris, I believe in you.
outside you. Outside of Paris, I believe in you. Outside of Paris, outside of Paris, outside of Paris.
All right, we're gonna round this out. Rick and Michelle, Annalise and Ryan, we have 2 more songs from each of you. You're now on the hot seat, Michelle. What's Rick's superpower?
Rick's superpower is being calm with everybody.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a great quality.
No, I'm serious. And it's like I have a lower tolerance for I don't like to confront people, and so I tend to shy away from that stuff. He is just direct and calm, and everybody trusts him. So it's really good, but he ends up doing stuff for people.
All right, just stop there. It's good.
He ends up so busy. He ends up volunteering for all kinds of stuff, and and I value his time, I think, more than he does.
Excellent.
But he's
answer.
just the nicest person and kindest person, and he's made me want to be better. Always.
Nice. I like that. Applause for
I'm still trying.
Okay, so Rick, after that, what's Michelle's superpower?
Look it up, Rick.
She has 2 of them.
Really good taste in men.
Well, the one of them is this look in the eyes when things are not going right with me.
Yeah.
We all know
I
that.
don't know what you're talking about.
It's not a spoken word or anything. It's just kind of like, that just the eye look, and it keeps me on track.
Yeah. Keeps you on points.
But the second one is just the support. She's my greatest supporter. She had like Atlas. What would be a female Atlas?
Good question.
Why do we have to have
What?
a gender?
It's a binary version of
Because
Atlas.
it's Rockefeller Center. It's a guy. There needs to be a woman Atlas.
I think you're right. I think you're right.
Pretty much everything else, right?
Yeah. So, this has nothing to do with the song we're about to play. But
Actually, I was thinking about it because I was thinking, how are we going to segue from the question into this song? And this is a song where it isn't equal. It's not a song
Right.
about us. It's a
Right.
song about a couple.
right, it's
Where
Yeah.
one in the couple has kind of taken over the life of the other one.
right. So this is one of the songs that I've written. I have this category of songs that I write, and they're called empathy. So I'm not writing about my situation or my relationships, but I'm putting myself in the place of somebody who I'm empathizing with. So
We always have to explain that to her mother.
right, the danger is that you sing the song and your mom goes, "Is everything okay?"
Perfect for a couples therapy session.
Exactly. So this song is not about us, but I empathize with the main character, and we've all experienced some of what's going on here. So this song is called "Your Satellite." It's going to be on our new record.
were so alike, but now I'm just your satellite. Just your satellite. I'm just your
A perfect song for couples therapy. Thank you for sharing. Glad to know it's not about you specifically, that it's in the empathy category
It's
of
in
your
the
work.
empathy category, not to say that, I don't have some of that.
It's fantastic. What else you got?
So I'm gonna play an older song. This is on our.
So another one's not about us. That's what you said.
You got something
The
really
show is
good.
writing
Go,
itself. It's
go.
perfect.
So this song was also written from a perspective of empathy, and I wrote it quite a while ago. And the real story behind this song is that we were talking to our producer on the phone, who was telling us about his impending breakup of his relationship. And I was like,
She was dumping him.
She was dumping him, but I said, you just have to let her go. I was giving him really sage advice. At the same time as that was going on, I was going through some family stuff with my brother, who was really sick at the time. And he had said something to my mom about, I don't know if I can do this anymore. So that was kind of in the back of my mind. But when I hung up the phone with our producer, and he told me that story, this song came out 2 minutes later. And I think it was a composite of the loss of a relationship, but also the possible loss of a person. This song is kind of tied into the mythology of, is it Odysseus? Odysseus, where he asks, can he take her with him? And the god says to him, if you look back and take her with you, she will be gone forever. So that image was sort of playing into the metaphor here too. So this song is called Go.
Go count all the stars, tell them
Thank you so much. And that is your song that I am obsessed with. I've told you this story, but in February of 2019, Brian and I planned some travel for ourselves. It was our 50th year. We went to Norway. We were at the Arctic Circle. It was the middle of the night. We had driven out to somewhere on the border between Sweden and Finland. It was crazy, freezing cold, looking for the Northern Lights. They finally showed up, and we had been out there enjoying them for a good hour or two. We went back into the bus to warm up, and I went out, and on this frozen lake, I'm gonna get emotional, but I played that song and watched like the Northern Lights sort of swirling above me. And so that has such a special place in my heart. Thank you so much for creating that. Yeah, it's really special. All right, so we're gonna bring it back down to earth here, Ryan and Elise. I want to hear about superpowers. Ryan, what's Annalise's superpower?
Well, I have to go first, eh? No, it's pretty simple. You know, Annalise has a very fearless belief in what she wants in life, and nothing can stop her. Over the 15 years we've been together, and went back when we were still doing musical theater and suffering through that, and now as artists, being, as musicians doing that, I can't tell you the amount of times that I've at one point sat down in front of a computer and pulled up an online college program and thought, I'm done with this shit. I'm getting a degree in something else and I'm quitting, and she's never done that once in all these times, because she's never once thought that she would do anything else than what she loves, and that is her superpower.
Very nice. Fortitude. I like it.
Well, I would say Ryan's superpower is, I don't know if I call it an ability or a willingness to see all sides of the situation. It makes him a really compassionate person, makes him a great leader, it makes him great at producing, at writing music, being a bandmate, and a great husband and a great human. And it's never, I feel like even if he doesn't see all sides of a situation, he's always willing to listen, and he doesn't mind saying, "Oh, I was wrong." So it's not about an ego with him. It's just about kind of the greater good.
Very nice. I like it. Such great answers.
And I guess I'll transition into this song with that fearlessness that Annalise has. We were at a grocery store in Nashville, Tennessee, and there was this older man with a dirty white t-shirt on, carrying around scope and avocados and meandering around the vegetable section.
This was in like 2012 or something.
Yeah, 2012. Annalise goes, "That's John Prine." And I was like, "What? No way." She's like, "That's John Prine." And I was like, "Oh, come on." She's like, "I'm gonna go talk to him." And I was like, "Come on." She's like, "I'm going." So she walked up to him and was like, "Mr. Prine?" And he was like, "Yes."
Pulling out an orange.
And we talked for a while, we shot the shit, and he was a great guy. He was heading on the road the next day, and he was getting stuff to take on the tour bus with him. And so when he passed away from COVID, he was first of all, he was a big influence on us, especially Annalise, her whole life, and she kind of brought him more into my life when we first met. And he's a songwriter that we, both only wish we could become as good as one day, or write as perfectly as. And when he passed away, we wanted to write something about that experience, something that kind of honored him, because we were really affected by that. And this was that song.
Could you turn down my reverb a little bit? Thank you very much. Yeah, thanks.
And Matt, can you give me a little more for this one in the monitor? Scoping avocados, a smile and a nod. I'm off to Kansas City, by the good grace of God. If I don't wake tomorrow, may the good times never end. There's no room for sorrow in the presence of friends. So pull up a chair and pour us a drink. We can tell stories till the end of the week. 'Cause there ain't no time or places to be when you're singing with angels. La 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 la. Yeah, sing. life of a player that ain't easy to hold. Slips from your hand, takes hold on your soul. I'm true to that muse, to her will I bend. There's no room for sorrow in the memory of friends. So pull up a chair, pour us a drink. We can tell stories to the end of the week. 'Cause there ain't no time, no places to be when you're singing with angels. La 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 la. Yeah, singing with angels. La 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 la. And watching the world go round. So pull up a chair and pour us a drink. We can tell stories to the end of the way. 'Cause there ain't no time or places to be when you're singing with angels. La 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 la. Yeah, singing with angels. La 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 la. And watching the world go round. That beautiful world go round. Yeah, that's the way the world goes round.
All right, I see some switching of musical instruments here
Yeah.
with one more
With a big finish.
big finish from Ryan and Annalise.
That melody is
Beautiful, right?
beautiful.
Yeah, so nice.
So, this tune, like I said, we haven't written a ton of love songs, but this one came out in the last year and a half or so. And, yeah. Let's see here. I'm just gonna get this tuned up. Yeah, I guess this song is about, those times when you feel like unlucky or thinking about all the bad things that are, around you and that maybe that you're faced with, and then remembering, that you've got love. And so that's what this one's about. It's called Tough Luck. Can you unmute me? Your legs are longer than mine, sorry. Thank you.
That's my superpower.
Did you turn your reverb? Yes, it is.
Four-legged guitar picking.
Exactly. You literally are. Okay. 2, 3, 4. I've never seen a shooting star. Four-leaf clovers are not in my repertoire. No hands a penny can't be found. I leave them on the ground once they won't get you all that far. But I don't have to pretend how love will end. 'Cause when it comes to loving you, I don't have to try, it's just what I'm made to do. When it comes to loving me, you blow my mind and my soul's free. We are all reciprocated lines. It's easy all the time when it comes to loving you. Write it on red and hands on black. Step on a crack or break my own back. the sound. Slamming doors all around. Lessons learned don't lessen lack. But I don't have to pretend I love with it. 'Cause when it comes to loving you, I don't have to try, it's just what I'm made to do. When it comes to loving me, you blow my mind and my soul's free. We walk reciprocated lives. It's easy all the time when it comes to loving you. Oh yeah. No, yeah. I was made for you. I was made for you. When it comes to loving you, don't have to try, it's just what I'm meant to do. When it comes to loving me, you blow my mind and my soul's free. This was a struggle every day. Girl like me together never will take away. But honey, I treat everything. Loving you is what top my brains. When it comes to loving you, when it comes to loving you, comes to loving you. It's what I was made to do.
I love it. That is the perfect song to end out.
Her other superpower is not smacking me when I blow a solo in her song.
I have to say,
It's not in public.
yeah,
No, exactly.
that's a superpower that's taken a lot of practice and development.
Exactly. Well, I think
She
the
has
last
experience
spirit
there.
there is a little bit of a Costello encore I think we have planned, but this was Ben Couples Therapy, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you to our therapist moderators.
It is 100% my pleasure. I'm filled with so much gratitude just to be invited to the party, honestly. Thank you so much for having me here. So before we finish, I just want to make sure everybody knows how to continue to follow you all. So Michelle and Rick, do you have a website or?
We do. We have a website. It's openbookmusic.com, and we're on all the platforms.
Excellent, excellent.
All the platforms.
All the platforms. Annalise and Ryan?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's AnnaliseandRyan.com. You can find everything there.
Spotify, Facebook, bands, and
All the platforms.
all so many
And-
platforms.
yeah, Instagram. I know more of this stuff than you because I do
Please.
most of our socials.
You do.
Yeah, Bandcamp, social, Spotify, iTunes, all of that. Just look up Annalise and Ryan.
Awesome. And Costello's, where can we check you out?
www.thecostellosmusic.com.
Yeah. All right, I want to do a final shout out before we have our amazing encore to the amazing staff here at the Towne Crier. Cecilia, Samantha, Jessica, and our working room. Please take very, very good care of them. A huge shout out to Matt Dickey back there on sound. He's done a phenomenal job this evening. Thank you so much.
And thank you huge to Greg, as always.
Yes.
But to Phil for having us. This is our home away from home. Since you have moved to this town, we have been here since pretty much right off the bat. Phil, thank you very much. Happy anniversary.
Yes.
Thank you all for coming out.
Yes, thank you to you as well. Fantastic audience.
Yes, thank you all for being here.
And thank you so much for these wonderful couples, for sharing the stage
I
with all
want
of
to
us.
say,
It was so much fun.
we're just so grateful to have this sense of community. It's a really special thing.
Respect.
Yeah.
So true.
Just
So true.
very
Yes.
grateful.
So one more, we are going to do one more, and this one actually was one of our first ones we wrote together. We were not married to each other, but to other people, and we went with our drummer at the time, Sean the Minnow McCarthy, rest his soul. The three of us went to Germantown to
Clubhouse. We had recorded there, and Paul Antonello was a producer engineer there, and Maceo Parker, the great horn player with James Brown, was up there, and they invited us up to go check him out.
So we went in his old white Astro van, the three of us, and it was a very cloudy day, and you had on the radio Peter Gabriel's Passion of Christ. So I got home to my life I was in at the time and penned this within 10 minutes. And we had been calling back and forth, and I called him and I said, I just wrote, I love this, I just wrote the whole thing. And he says, I wrote all these chords, which I come to find out later he actually had not until we got off the phone. and then he jumped ship. But the great thing, one of the things I love about
If
the
you
song,
recall, I said, hold on
he
for a
just told
minute.
me never to interrupt him.
I did it. I wanted to cause a stir. We got no
He
stir.
just interrupted me.
You did.
I think we're getting
And I
real
like that.
All right, couple surveys going off the rails.
So
Let's
we
wrap it up.
put my lyrics and his, unbeknownst to what we wrote, his music, my lyrics, we put them together and did not have to change a thing, which was very wonderful. Fast forward, we record this, and Nick Harcourt, who was a DJ at DST at the time, played this. I would be driving down the road. It was on rotation. I would have my radio on, and I'm driving, and this song comes on, and you pull up to a light, and I turn it up, and you look at the person next to you, and you're like, this is me. It was pretty fun. So he gets us to Woodstock 94. We were the very first local band to play at Woodstock 94. As we're loading onto, we played the Todd Rundgren, with Todd Rundgren on his stage. As we're loading all our stuff on, I wait at the van until there's nobody there. Bob comes back to the van, and I pretended to be mad, and I was like, I need to ask you something. And he said, what? And I said, would you marry me? So I asked him to marry him and gave him a ring right before we went out to play at Woodstock. The next day, Friday, Nick has us on the Magic Bus on the live DST feed from Woodstock. And he goes, I hear something very exciting happened last night. And Bob goes, yeah, we were the first band to play. So that is pretty much our relationship.
We went for a drive in your car. The Sunday was cloudy and gray. The music coming from the radio was a perfect match for a perfect day. We stopped from time to time to buy a drink. Maybe drink another beer. Oh, it never really mattered, 'cause we were just glad to bed on that perfect day. You know how it feels when you finally found your place. It's just supposed to stay on that perfect day, yeah. On that perfect day, on that perfect day, yeah. We were headed home and the night looked over. I looked at your face, oh, you were wearing so well. I don't know when it hit me, but it hit me, yeah. On that perfect day.
very much.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Stop Ramsey.
And the Costellos, ladies and gentlemen. This was Couple Therapy. Thank you all so much. Have a great evening.